Operation Spider's Web against Russia's strategic aviation, which used specially designed drones, is striking in its creativity and audacity. Telegraf media outlet asked AI what plot could be embodied in the Russian-Ukrainian war in the near future. According to the neural network, most likely as early as 2025 to 2026, Ukrainian special services could develop the technology killer robots. In 2017, the Future of Life Institute award-winning short film Slaughterbots premiered at the UN Diplomatic Conference in Geneva. The film showcased a technology presentation featuring a micro-drone that fits in the palm of your hand. At the beginning of the tape, the presenter says that there is 3 grams of explosive inside the tiny four-rotor drone. He throws it into the air, after which the device, like lightning, rushes towards the nearest mannequin, making a small hole in its forehead. That small blow is enough to pierce the skull and destroy its contents. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. Like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and like your phones and social media apps, it recognizes faces, the presenter said. He goes on to show how the devices work as part of a pack or swarm hunting down a group of suspected bad guys. And that's the whole point of the weaponized micro-drone concept. On its own, it's dangerous enough, but as part of a coordinated group, it's an absolute nightmare. Artificial intelligence-based computer systems can be trained to control multiple drones as a team, infiltrating buildings, trains, cars, while being virtually invulnerable to bullets and less vulnerable to electronic interference because they are not controlled remotely. Just imagine several killer drones working as a team, attach themselves to an air duct on the side of a building, explode, and the rest sneak in through the ventilation system, perhaps programmed with software to recognize faces, irises, or even gait. The viewers are then shown how a swarm of such drones has already found itself in a university auditorium and eventually identified and destroyed the target. The neural network chose this scene to demonstrate to us a technology that may appear in Ukraine in the very near future. AI says that with the help of this technology, the Ukrainian Armed Forces or the Security Service of Ukraine will be able to destroy key Russian military personnel and high-ranking officials on the territory of the Russian Federation, as well as in the occupied region of Ukraine. To do this, you need to collect data from social networks, video camera recordings, and smartphone localization. The target's face is loaded into a neural network for image recognition, and the location is selected in accordance with habits. The operation may involve modified FPV drones or miniature quadcopters hidden in any inconspicuous box or even a piece of furniture. Delivery by any civilian transport. Let us recall that during Operation Web, drones were delivered to the required locations under the roofs of mobile homes. Of course, this task will not cause difficulties for the Ukrainian special services. On site, drones fly out and scan faces within a radius of 5 to 10 meters, comparing them with photos. After identifying the target, the drone can proceed to destroy it. The AI claims that a Slaughterbots-style operation could happen in 2 years at most, and explains why Ukraine's Special Operations Forces will be the ones to implement it in the near future. In the war, Ukrainians are already using technologies described in the film, such as micro-FPV and neural networks, for target analysis. Let us recall that the devices used in Web were loaded with a database of Tu-95MS, Tu-22M3, Tu-160, A50 contours, etc.
The Ukrainian Air Force MiG-29 fighter jet was hit by a Western-made aerial bomb after it detected the positions of the occupying Russian army. As a result of the strike, the control point of the occupying army's drone operators was destroyed. The next strike also destroyed a nearby ammunition and fuel depot. It should be noted that the Ukrainian aviation has increased its attacks on the positions of the occupying Russian army in the occupied territories of Ukraine, as well as in the border regions of Russia, with aerial bombs mainly made in the United States and France. As a result, a large number of military headquarters, houses where the military gathered, ammunition and equipment warehouses, as well as drone control points belonging to the occupying forces were blown up and destroyed, and a large number of military equipment and personnel were destroyed.
According to investigative project Sistema, funds linked to former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev have amassed approximately $850 million in wealth since Russia began its full-scale war of aggression against Ukraine. The growing wealth of these funds coincides with the wartime reincarnation of Medvedev, 59, who was dismissed as Prime Minister by President Vladimir Putin in 2020. Medvedev, who retains his role in the government as Deputy Chairman of Putin's Security Council and Chairman of the ruling United Russia Party, has also been able to gain an audience of millions in his new role as an online attack dog and aggressive online propagandist. Medvedev, once a mild, moderate political figure, has now become a warmonger with extremely harsh and hateful statements against Kiev and the West on social media. According to financial documents reviewed by Sistema, a total of 15 funds linked to Medvedev received a total of 28 billion rubles, or $424 million between 2015 and 2021. This figure increased to more than 130 billion rubles, or $1.39 billion between 2022 and 2024, with more than half of this amount received last year alone. According to Sistema's investigation, the documents showed that these entities had a total of 23.5 billion rubles, or $316 million, at the end of 2021 and around 86.4 billion rubles, or $850 million, at the end of 2024. Sistema found that these funds were directed to real estate projects with clear ties to Medvedev, from Russian forces fighting in Ukraine to St. Petersburg to the Black Sea coast. These foundations do not disclose their donors to the public, and only 2 of the 14 foundations currently have websites. One of them, the Nasha Pravda Foundation, says it has spent 2.4 billion rubles on special military operations over the past 2 years. This money is said to have been spent on the purchase of thousands of drones, night vision goggles, generators, medical equipment, and other supplies. According to Alexei Sidyakin, head of the Central Executive Committee of the United Russia Party, Nasha Pravda was created at the initiative of Medvedev, and this foundation cooperated with the party. For example, according to information on the foundation's website, in February 2025, the party and the foundation jointly provided equipment worth 14 million rubles, or $177,000, to a Russian military unit. Medvedev's 29-year-old son Ilya, who joined the party in September 2022, also attended the presentation ceremony. Information on the Nasha Pravda website noted that he worked as a project director in the party committee. Only a few funds provide detailed information about the purposes of their spending, but evidence suggests that some of these funds were used for purposes that directly or indirectly supported real estate projects linked to Medvedev.